Good evening. Welcome. 11 Mile Sessions Live. It is just a few seconds after 7 o'clock, and you know what time that means. It's time for a live band performance, or in this case, a singer-songwriter. And in the studio, I have this evening the pleasure of having my friend, Dusty Bones. How you doing, Dusty?
Good. I'm excited to be here again.
Okay. And we haven't seen each other in a while. It's been a couple of years, hasn't it?
Well, we did the show at the bar here in Detroit. What was that? 2 years ago? Yeah, I guess it's been a couple of years.
Corktown Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah. I meant the last time you were here, though.
Oh yeah, that's been a couple of years.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we got lots of great songs to play this evening. We're going to talk a little bit here and there in between. What would you like to start out with?
I'd like to start out with my usual warm up song, which is a song I kind of redid in my own vein. It's called John the Revelator, which everybody's probably heard of it.
Okay.
So God came down in the cool of the day, called Adam by his name. But he refused to answer, 'cause he was naked and ashamed. Tell me who's that riding John the Revelator? Who's that riding John the Revelator? Who's that riding John the Revelator? Wrote the book, the seven seals. So God came down in the cool of the day, called Adam by his name. But he refused to answer, 'cause he was naked and ashamed. And tell me who's that riding John the Revelator? Who's that riding John the Revelator? Who's that riding John the Revelator? Wrote the book of the seven seals. Now Christ had 12 disciples, 3 he led away. Can you wait with me for 1 hour while I go yonder and pray? And tell me who's that riding John the Revelator? Who's that riding John the Revelator? Who's that riding John the Revelator? Wrote the book of the seven seals. Now heed this final warning. Hear the words that I'm about to sing. The time is now and the hour has come. You're ready for our coming King. And tell me who's that riding John the Revelator? Who's that riding John the Revelator? Who's that riding John the Revelator? Wrote the book of the seven seals. Who's that riding? Who's that riding? Who's that riding? The book of the seven seals. The seven seals. Who's that riding John the Revelator? Who's that riding John the Revelator? Who's that riding John the Revelator? Wrote the book, the seven seals. So God came down in the cool of the day, called Adam by his name. But he refused to answer, 'cause he was naked and ashamed.
All right. So, what have you been up to since we last saw you, Dusty?
A little bit of the same, just playing music, traveling the roads, and working and trying to take it day by day.
Yeah. I see you got that shirt on. I think I've seen you wear that before. Johnny Cash?
Yeah, I got probably 3 or 4 of them.
Ah, you had to make sure that you had enough that when one wears out, you replace it with the next one.
Right.
I've done the same thing because you're worried that it's not going to come out again and you can't find it again. But it is really amazing how his music and he's endured over the years. I mean, God, he's been gone a while, but I mean that picture's got to be from at least 50 years ago, maybe more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's still important and relevant today.
Yeah, absolutely. He's inspired multiple generations of musicians.
And I'm sure you grew up with him as well, right?
Yeah, my dad listened to him a lot when I was little, and over the years, I just, as I got older, I really kind of dove into his catalog, and I mean, the guy's put out like 60 or 70 albums, so there's so much to choose from.
Have you got have you gotten a chance to listen to some of his? I know there's the pop tunes that everybody knows and loves, Folsom Prison Blues and all that other stuff, but some of his stuff is actually quite dark.
Yeah, yeah. He's got whole albums just dedicated to the Native Americans, prison records. He's got gospel records. I don't know if you knew that they just released a new album here a few months ago that they found that he had recorded, I think, in the 90s, and it got shelved and never finished.
So the masters were just lying around somewhere? And
Yeah, and they went back, and some people came in, and they recorded the instruments to with him. It's his second posthumous album that they've released now, and it was great to hear. Just classic Johnny Cash.
I just thought those last 2 or 3 albums he did on American Recordings were amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, he really went out with on a good note. I mean, with a bang.
absolutely. He did an album right before he died. It was called My Mother's Hymn Book. And he said he went out into his shed on his property, just him and his guitar, and he just recorded it with just his guitar, and then they mastered it and released it. And
So that's available? You can get
Yep.
that and buy it and all that good stuff?
yeah,
Wow.
and it's all the songs that I grew up with at church, so it hits really close to home for me.
Really? Do you remember what it's called? Or?
It's called My Mother's Hymn Book.
My Mother's Hymn Book. I'll have to remember that. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great album, and it's so raw because he was older, and obviously he had died right after that, but
And by then, June was gone, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's no studio magic. It's just him and the guitar. It's really neat.
It's just amazing. I wish we could teach the kids about that, It's just, this is raw, unedited. This is the real deal.
Right.
None of this auto-tune, none of this overproduction. Let's computerize everything. Let's make it digital. Let's remaster it 5 or 6 times or whatever it
Right.
takes. Produce it, 10 times over, This is just somebody with his voice and his guitar like you were doing this evening.
That's one of the great things about TikTok. You see all these young artists now that it's so hard to make it in music now that they're going on social media. And you got these guys like, for example, the Crow Boys. I don't know if you've seen them. They're just 2 brothers. They're probably maybe 20.
Yeah.
And they just made videos on TikTok, and they blew up, got signed to Atlantic Records,
Wow.
but it was just raw, no studio magic. Another one's Oliver Anthony. He recorded that song in his backyard or out on his property.
Right.
No studio magic or nothing, and it blew up, and he's made millions off of just the streams.
Yeah, but that tells us that there's still hope for music.
Yeah, it's if you're into like Southern music, there's a channel on TikTok called it's something to do with Appalachia, and they go around, they find these artists at the bars and stuff like that, and they take them outside with a studio mic and they record them. So it's a collection of all these different young artists that are keeping this old music alive, and it's so
Wow.
beautiful to listen to.
Is there bluegrass involved too, or?
Yeah, most of it's real folky. There's like a whole kind of sound coming out of that area with these young artists that are tapping into this old style music, and that section of the country is so burned out from the coal industry leaving
Yeah.
that there's really nothing new happening. Like a lot of the towns are so consumed by drugs that, but you can hear that pain coming out of their music, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah. That reminds me. My great uncle Scott. That's who I was named after. You know, my parents named me that. He was actually a semi big deal in the bluegrass music industry in the Appalachian category.
Yeah.
You know, so if you look him up, you'll find him. You know, go on, Google him. And back in the day, like I said, he wasn't a superstar or anything, but people that were truly into that music and into that scene, they knew who he was. I
Right.
mean, he was probably 90 when I passed, so that's a long time ago. But yeah, I'm familiar with a little bit of that. That's wonderful. All right, well, we better play some more music. I think that's what we're here for.
All right. Gotta make sure I'm tuned. I tuned down for the last song. All right, this is an older one off my last album. That's the title track. This is called Broken Road. I gotta be in the right key though.
That helps.
Try that again.
That's all right. We won't fire you, Dusty.
Sometimes it gets hard. Sometimes I feel like just giving up. Everything just falls to pieces, and I've had enough. I do what I can. Sometimes I feel like just a wretched man, trapped inside, broken and defeated. Is all that I am. What I want, what I need is to find a better way. They won't last forever. Slowly slips away. It's all I have, it's all I need. No matter what I've been told, that happiness lies down this broken road. Happiness lies down this broken road. Sometimes I ignore all the things you've done for me before. I sit and wallow aside in my depression, in a mess on the floor. Please don't give up on me now. I know I have no reason to be down. I've got everything I've ever needed, and I'll make it somehow. 'Cause what I want, what I need is to find a better way. They won't last forever. Slowly slips away. It's all I have, it's all I need. No matter what I've been told, happiness lies down this broken road. Happiness lies down this broken road. Oh Lord, hear me cry out. Here I stand in the middle of my doubt. All I need is your sweet love, crying out for help. Happiness lies down this broken road. Happiness lies down this broken road. Down this broken road. Down this broken road. Down this broken road.
All right. Once again, I have Dusty Bones with me. So I know you were saying before we started the show that you got some new music. We'll get to that in a sec, but please tell our viewers and listeners about your releases. How many of them do you have? Where do we find them, etc.?
You can find me on all the major platforms. It's Dusty Bones, one word with a Z at the end. And my last album is, I think, almost on there in full on my YouTube and my Spotify. Last fall, I went down to Nashville and cut 3 more songs, which I'll play a little later. And those are coming out one by one. My latest one, Back to Start, came out in October. But yeah.
Yeah, I notice a lot of artists are doing that. Even the big time artists. No offense, I mean, but even the larger acts are doing that. They're coming out with singles rather than full releases. The listening public that isn't interested in entire releases. It seems like nowadays. What do you think?
Yeah, the album is kind of a lost art. I mean, people still release albums, but that kind of joy of when you bought a new album and you looked at the pictures and the album cover and the lyrics all as a whole, and then how the songs fit in context with the rest of the album. And now it's the attention spans are so short. It's give me one song and then on to the next, and a lot of people won't even stay in that artist. They'll just put you on their shuffle or their playlist. And
right, but you got to get it out there any way you can.
Right.
So, okay.
It's like Pink Floyd. How do you take one of their songs out of context on some of those albums? They don't make any sense by themselves.
Yeah, really. I've seen people try to do that. They got a video for what is it, Rush 2112. You know what that's
yeah.
like. That's an entire album side. But they actually have like a YouTube video that covers only one part. And it's like all of 2 minutes and some odd seconds.
Right.
So it doesn't make any sense by itself.
Yeah, it's really changed the face of music a lot.
All right. What do you have for us next?
This next song, as you know, a few years ago, well, I guess it's been 4 or 5 years now, I had a heart attack, and near fatal heart attack. And I went to the hospital and for about a week. And when I got home, I had complications, had to go back to the hospital, developed an infection around the lining of my heart. And while I was in there the second time, a tree fell on our house and smashed our roof in. It rained in our house for about 4 hours, and my wife was left to deal with everything by herself.
Wow.
So when luckily an army of friends and family came and cut the tree off our house and moved every one of our belongings out into my garage and locked the door.
Wow.
So when I finally made it out of the hospital, we had to move into my church basement, and in one big room. We had a little kitchen off to the side, and my wife, my little girl, and my German Shepherd all lived in this one room for 6 months, living out of garbage bags. My older daughter, she went and found somewhere else to stay. So if you have any older kids that won't move out of the house, just have a tree fall in your house. It works every time.
Don't give anybody any ideas. That must have been rough. You probably were thinking for a while there, it's like, what did I do wrong
to
deserve this?
I would go to work, and I work about an hour away from my house in Mount Pleasant at the college. And I would make it home, and I would work on my house for 3 hours until dark because we had no power, and drywalling and everything. And then I would go out to my mother-in-law's house, who lived out on the beach, and take a shower, and then back to the church and get there by 10 every night to eat. And I did that every day for 6 months, all while recovering from a heart attack. So anyway, this song I wrote during that time period. and I finally able to record it, and God has taken it around the world. It's been played in countries I'll never get to visit in my life, and it's topped a few. I mean, obviously not mainstream radio, but it's topped a few internet radio stations. And
That's nice.
Anyway, this is called Breathe. I've been waiting for the right time. I've been trying not to lose my mind. I was fighting so hard to breathe, and then you fixed my heart again. I've been heading for the bright lights, but I've been walking through a world on fire. I've been crying out to God Almighty, won't you come and take me higher? I lie awake in the middle of the night. I get a feeling that something ain't right. I close my eyes and I breathe you in again. I don't need to be a hero. I'm just looking for a heart of gold. I've been trying just to catch my breath from drinking this heavy load. I've been running down this highway. I've been trying just to find my way. When that old devil tries to crush my soul, I'll be singing, I'll fly away. I lie awake in the heat of the night. Can't figure out how to do things right. I lay back down and I breathe you in again. I only wanna breathe, breathe in your love for me. I only wanna breathe, breathe in your love for me. Oh, you never let me go. It's a miracle. You breathe new life into these dusty bones. It's incredible how you love me so. When trouble comes, I'm gonna breathe you in again. My life, it gets so dang tangled. Sometimes it feels so impossible. Like no matter how hard I try, the pain is unstoppable. But I'm still running towards tomorrow, listening to hear the trumpet blow. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, you know I'll be ready to go. Once again I lie awake rooted in your love for me.
All right. So I've always, every once in a while, I'll think of you, and the subject will come up, and I tell people how inspiring you are, because you've been through a lot.
I appreciate that.
And one of the things that we have in common, I'm not going to go into my life, but we've both been through a lot, but we somehow have come out, okay and positive. We still move forward. We still have a good attitude towards life, because some of the things I read on the internet where people complain about what's going on in their life, I'm like, seriously? You're having a nervous breakdown over that? I think what you just said before the beginning of that song has most people beat on an average day.
Right. And we have the same haircut.
Yeah. God only made so many perfect heads. The rest he
Right.
gave hair. But you can always grow this, though, can't you?
Right.
I had to stop doing it because mine's too white. I either look like Merlin or Gandalf if I grew my beard too long. But anyway, yeah. So you've been at this for a while, the singer-songwriter thing. But you started out when you were younger doing something different, wasn't it?
Yeah, my dad learned late in life. My grandfather was a session player in Nashville, and my dad didn't learn until his mid to late 30s, and then he taught my brothers, my older brothers, then my brothers taught me. And instead of learning songs, I would take the chords that I learned and just kept rearranging them into songs. And my cousin also learned at about the same time, so we started writing songs together. My little brother got on drums, my older brother switched to bass, and we were off and running.
Yeah.
And we would have parties just because we weren't that good. So we would have parties and to have a captive audience. And
Once they got enough beer or
Right.
whatever in them.
and the legend of our parties grew, and we would have about one a month. And then finally we started playing at the bars. And after a little while, I had gotten married, and I decided I didn't want that life anymore. It was too much. And I had a little girl to take care of, and being gone. And anyway, so I left the band. I started doing, after a few years, I got back into it, started playing coffee houses and things like that. And then the band kind of got back together, but we had a new direction. We started playing more Christian-based stuff. And we hammered it hard for a good 10 years, weekend warriors, traveling up and down the roads. And anyway, long story short, the band dissolved about 5-6 years ago, and I went back out on my own, and here I am, still doing it.
Yeah. Now you are a pastor, so you have a church that you kind of you're involved with. Do you play your music there as well, or?
Once in a while, if I'm working on a new song, I'll use everybody as guinea pigs. But we usually, I lead the worship, and we do some old hymns and some of the more modern music. But once in a while, I'll let them hear a new song to kind of gauge how people like it.
So that's how you test them out then?
Yeah.
You say, hey, what do you think of these? Or this or what? Okay. And then, what was I going to say? I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, senioritis strikes again.
Right.
Why don't we do another one?
All right. So this one here, to make a long story really short, I was on tour back in 2014. And while I was stuck in a blizzard in Indiana, my wife called me that my, at the time, 14-year-old daughter had taken a bottle of pills and tried to take her life. And we couldn't go anywhere, so in the morning we fought through the snow. It took us 10 hours to get from Indiana to southern Detroit. And that's how bad it was out. And anyway, after being on the road, I went home to the next town over, Saginaw. And she survived, and the state stepped in, took her off to mental health, and put her on medication and made her worse. And it was the hardest battle my wife and I ever had to face. And not to get into the details, but we battled every single day. And 2 days before Thanksgiving, my wife came to me in the midst of the storm and said, I'm 2 weeks late. And we were like, really, God, right now? Are you kidding me? After 15 years. So I went and bought my wife a pregnancy test and came back, and she's reading the instructions because it's been a long time. And I get another phone call. My daughter snuck out and went to a party and was held down by an older man and assaulted. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. So I went and I picked her up, filed a police report, took her to the hospital, and got home about 8:30 in the morning, and we slept all day. And meanwhile, my wife still has this test looming. So anyway, my daughter didn't have a clue. So my wife went in and took the test, and right there in God's timing, in the moment she needed it most, he answered her 15-year prayer of a baby sister. And we named her Eliza, which means God's gift or God is faithful, and saved my daughter's life. My daughter's now 24, and she's a manager at rallies. She's doing great. Still battles, but doing great. All that to get back to the song, last fall I was approached by a producer out of Nashville that wanted to work together. He flew up to Bay City, and
So he came to you.
yeah, he flew up, and we did some pre-producing, arranging and things. And he said, "You got any songs?" And I said, "As a matter of fact, I do. I got this song I wrote for my daughter." And so we sat down, we arranged it and moved it around, and they helped me do a little writing in it, him and a guy from a band called Attaboy out of my area.
Yep.
And we sat down and arranged it, and I headed down to Nashville to Castle Studio last November and cut that in 2 other songs. So anyway, this is a song about my daughter. It's from the perspective of a dad just wanting your child to be happy again. This is called Olivia Smiles. When Olivia smiles at me, my whole world just seems at peace. Everything's gonna be alright. Lord, hold her through the night. When she lies awake and cries, bring the joy back to her eyes, so the world can see her shine. Let her find love she's been dreaming of. Let it last a while. When Olivia smiles, oh, the world seems so much better now. When Olivia smiles, oh, let it last forever now. When Olivia smiles, oh, oh. When Olivia smiles, oh, oh. When Olivia laughs out loud, makes her daddy oh so proud, because he knows how hard she's had to fight. He would gladly take her reign, all her heartache and all her pain, just to see the sunlight in her eyes. All that I need is for her to be happy for a while. Let Olivia smile. Oh, the world seems so much better
Nice. So that's
you.
the first one that you recorded, or
Yeah.
is released?
Oh
So-
no, that's the new one that will be coming out.
Ah, okay. Sorry for the confusion on my part. All right. So that's the next one, but the first one, are you going to play that for us this evening as well?
Yeah, I can jump right to that one. When I left, he told me to make sure I got a song in my back pocket in case we have extra time.
Okay.
And I had this song I was working on, and about 3 days before I left for Nashville, I was racking my brain for a bridge, and then it just came to me.
Uh-huh.
And so I got down there ready to go, and it just came together. And they pulled these artists who are just amazing, artists known around the world, and these musicians that came in and backed me.
Oh, wow.
And anyway, they cut the whole song in 45 minutes. 45 minutes, and I was like,
That's old school.
picking up my jaw off the floor, and-
They
anyway-
meant business.
But like me and you were talking about earlier tonight, the world's getting crazy. You don't have to look very far to see that. And it's kind of what the song is about, just watching, especially young people, just try to cope with all the craziness happening around us. But this is called Back to Start. Where do we go from here? It ain't exactly clear. I feel the end is near for me. Everyone I see staring back at me. Why can't they see what I see? I don't wanna have to run through this world
So that's the one that just came out.
Yes.
Okay. Now I got it straight.
I kind of played them backwards, but
That's okay. You throw me off, you know. It's all that stuff I did in the 70s. It's catching up with me.
keeping you on your toes.
Yeah, mentally anyway. But that's great. So that's the one that just came out, and then the one you played before that, that's going to come out soon then?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have an idea when, or we're still working on that?
I'm kind of waiting till after the holidays because everything, when you pitch your radio, is all Christmas music right now.
Right.
So we're gonna try a little more push on Back to Start after the holidays, and maybe late winter I'll start working on releasing. We're still trying to get the final mix on Olivia Smiles, and it's hard when you do everything yourself. It's between recording and performing and promoting and everything. And so it's trying to find the right thing at the right time, I guess.
Yeah, no matter how hard you try, I mean, it's still a crapshoot, isn't it?
Right.
I mean, it has been for everybody, not just you, obviously. But yeah, you just never know. The music listeners are so fickle nowadays. It's crazy.
And there's such an ocean of artists out there to pick from. I mean, they tell you that nowadays you have to go and find your audience, and that's the challenge because it takes money to find your audience, and that's the hard part. Is not only are you paying for studio time and mixing and mastering and all that stuff just to promote on Facebook. Is, you know, if you don't use their advertisement, they will bury your post.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure you get it too with the 11 Mile Sessions, and so you have to pay for that advertisement, and it's the same across the board on any YouTube or
And you're still taking a gamble.
yeah, and you're taking a gamble is exactly right.
I mean, I can say the same thing. I can tell just by the response. I mean, some of my posts, it seems like everybody's there and they like it or they share it or they notice it. And there's other times when, okay, crickets.
Yeah.
I know I have friends out there, so it's not
Right.
me. It's the social media companies.
Yeah, the algorithms are they purposely attack your promotion posts. They know what words to look for, especially if you have a link. If you put a link in your post, virtually nobody will see it.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I run into musicians and 2 months later, well, I didn't know you were doing that.
Right.
I've only been posting about it every other day. Thank you.
I didn't know you were playing in my town. Wow.
Oh, well. All we can do is what we can do.
Right.
All right. So, forgive me. I think you said you had 3 songs that you ended up doing in Nashville? Or?
Yep.
Okay.
Before I do the last one, though, is it too early for a Christmas song?
Oh, no, not at all. As long as it's December, then I'm okay with it, buddy.
All right.
I just don't want to hear it, before Halloween. That's crazy.
I don't know many Christmas songs, and I haven't written many, but I wrote this a few years ago, and I only get to play it this time of year, so.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
I'd like to share it with everybody. It's just kind of about how the world has kind of forgotten what Christmas is about. I wrote it. It's kind of funny back when Black Friday used to be crazy, and I was watching it on the news, and this song kind of came out of that. Like, we've gotten so far away from what Christmas is, and
I tell people the same darn thing, and they look at me like there's something wrong with me. Huh? It's like, no. It's not about buying presents for people. It's not. But
Right.
anyway, keep going.
So I kind of gave it one of those abstract titles that doesn't really have much to do with the song. It's called Merry Christmas. I see the vision of a baby in a manger. Night is silent, for he does not vision of a boy preaching in the temple, just trying to save a lost world from sin. The gift you gave when you came was so simple. You were born and you died and rose again. Did you know right from the beginning? You were born just to die for us, the very ones that put you on the cross. All I want for Christmas this year is the Lord for the world to hear. May the world receive you this Christmas day. And as the snow falls softly to the ground, may your love and mercy be found. May the world remember this Christmas day. That's why we say, let us pray. When we say, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Jesus, you're the reason for the season. When you died upon that cross, it was the greatest gift of all. Did you know right from the beginning? Did you love life for us, the very ones that put you on the cross? All I want for Christmas this year is love for you to be near. May the world receive you this Christmas day. As the snow falls softly to the ground, may your love and mercy be found. May the world remember this Christmas day. Just why we say, Merry Christmas. Away in a manger, no crib for a bed. Little Lord Jesus lays down his sweet head.
All right. 'Tis the season. Yeah, it's almost here. I can't believe another year is almost over with. It's
I
ridiculous.
know, went by fast.
Yeah, this decade is going by fast. You realize at the beginning of next year, we're halfway through it. That's nuts. I tell this story. My mom's no longer with us, but at the beginning of this decade, I said, "Do you realize, Mom, it's the 20s again?" Because she wasn't around in the 20s, but it was just recent times. Because she was born in 1940.
Right.
And she just kind of gave me this quizzical look like, huh? I said, yeah, it's going to be the 20s again.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And that's to somebody that was practically there at that time. You know.
And we're almost halfway through it.
Yep. All right. I think we got we got time for at least two more. And I know you want to hopefully do that third one, right?
Yeah, I'll do a little medley. I'll mix two into one.
Well, do you want me to sign off now? How do you want to do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Well, thanks again, Dusty. I really appreciate you coming down and hanging out with us. I really enjoyed it.
I appreciate you having me.
Please come back. Dusty Bones. Once again, that's with a Z. If you want to look it up online for any music or whatever that's going on. I almost forgot. You have a performance coming up?
Yeah, I'll be playing in Lancaster, Ohio. Next week is the 14th. It's a Christmas show with Broken Bottle Productions with Matt Baird from Spoken, These Beautiful Ruins, and Undefeated.
Okay. So I'm not really familiar with Lancaster. Where's that at approximately?
I'm not sure.
Oh, well, I mean, if anybody, I'm sure we have viewers or listeners that may live closer to that area. Maybe they know.
It's in Ohio.
Yeah. Probably, I would think that it would be more like the northern end, probably not down the southern part of it.
I'm not sure. I think it's about 6 hours from my house, so maybe mid-Ohio.
Yeah, yeah, because you're at least a couple hours just to get to the border from where
Yeah.
you're at. Okay. Well, we can look it up. That's what we have the internet, our smartphones, and everything else for. All right, wonderful. Well, again, I thank you so much. I'm gonna let you take it away. A couple more songs, and this is 11 Mile Sessions Live. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Dusty Bones.
Thank you so much for having me. So I recorded this one before, but when I went to Nashville, we re-recorded it with some amazing musicians, as I said earlier. So I tell people when I travel that I used to be really good at writing love songs, and then I got married. And then I tell them my wife would laugh at that joke right before she punched me. And so a couple years ago, I thought I want to try my hand at writing a love song again, but I wanted to write a real love song, an honest love song, a raw love song, but not about my wife. I wanted to write a love song about the one that comes before my wife, the one that comes before me for my wife, the one who saved me from addiction, saved me from depression, anxiety, and quite frankly, saved me from myself. His name is Jesus, so this is called Ride or Die. Drove through the night last night, trying to find a way to make things right. Search my heart and search my mind. Through my darkest fears, I don't deep inside. Oh, every time I slip and every time I fall, you're always right there to carry me through it all. Just like the night depends on the day, to shine a light and chase the moon's away. Journey to the end of the earth, just to hear you speak a single word. Oh, the way that you carry me through my pain, pick me up, back on my feet again. It's you and I, you're my ride or die. Stick a ride and drive real slow. We don't even need any place to go. We can sit and talk all night, whisper in my ear, it'll be alright. Oh, so many times I let you down, yet you still let me know. Always be around to help me fly. You're my ride or die. Together we stand, divided I fall. I don't ever want to be without you at all. Don't leave me here all by myself, 'cause I don't want to be with anybody else. Tonight, you're my ride or die. Together we stand, divided I fall. Sometimes I want to run away from it all. Find myself a quiet place to hide. You're always right there to lift me up, give me a double shot of your love. Calm my fears, carry me through the night. For the rest of my days, me and you, something in this world that I can do, knowing that you are forever by my side. Together we stand, divided I fall. I don't ever want to be without you at all. Don't leave me here all by
chain taker. If you feel lost, well, he's a way maker. And if you need freedom or saving, he's a prison shake savior. If you got chains, well, he's a chain breaker. If you got chains, he's a chain breaker. And if you got chains, he's a chain breaker.